Alright, so what we're going to do today is paint some 3D printed pillars. So you can see I actually printed out 12 of these to use on my battle board, and I just skip one step each time. And so here we have primed, base coated, washed, dry brushed, a little bit of brown added, some basing material, and then shaded. So let's get started. So I'm actually going to start with this one. The cheaper craft paints dry so slow that this would be like a half-hour video just waiting for it to dry. So we'll start on this, and we'll get our gnome oil, and we'll get some shade on it. Here I use a pretty cheap brush. Just trying to make sure that I cover the whole model, letting it kind of pool in the recesses. One problem with 3D printed stuff is that the layer lines do show up when you throw a wash on it. But these are just meant to mark out the edge of the map, so I'm not too concerned with how they look. I like to go back and give it a bit of a dry brush with a nice light gray. For the dry brush, I use a cheap, fairly stiff bristle craft brush. This is Alien Flesh. Then I like to go in with a little brown, just to make the stone dirty. And for the brown, we're going to use some earth brown. And I don't use a very nice brush for this because I pretty much put it on like a dry brush. Try and give it a random pattern here. Centuries of dirt and filth built up on it. To apply the flocking that I'm using, kind of like moss. And so to do that, I'm going to take some regular Elmer's glue and a cheap brush and some of the flocking. So all I do is I mix a little bit of water and glue. With these you don't need a whole lot, and I leave it fairly thick. Cover the bottom of the pillar here, and then as our final step we're going to put another wash over this to darken it up a little bit and make it look old. And I'm just trying to get it on the spots that we have flocking. Makes it a little more fitting in the intensity level of the rest of the pillar. Thanks for watching.